Hang on to your seat, baby, because this one's a screamer. Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
And that is how Emma felt after getting jumped. Before I get started, make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Let me know what y'all think about this video. You already know what we're talking about. We're talking to Baddies Midwest reunion. Now, first of all, the weather that time, because I was in LA, it wasn't for the reunion. It just happened to be the reunion, and what I had to be in LA for was at the same time. So I was there with Gigi, not at the reunion, but in LA. The weather was horrible. I'm glad Zeus saw the little videos and pictures of it because it was raining, it was cold. I'm like, because I'm so used to Florida weather that like I was shocked when I got there, and now I'm like, damn, like this sucks. Anyways, and of course a lot of entertainers were in the audience. Some of y'all recognize Gigi from this channel. Shout out to the entertainers that were in the audience, okay? And shout out to Pretty Good Thing on YouTube. So let's talk about the walkouts, because that's always a topic when it comes to these reunions. When they get out the car, the look. Janisha looks so fly even on the walk up. Like she's just always a fly. Like you just cannot deny that. Whether you like her or not, whatever you think of her and Lemmy's situation, whatever, she's just a fly girl. And there's just nothing you can do about that. Like she's just fly. Just always fly, right? Yoshi comes. What Johnson said, what you doing here? Like, why did you show up? I just feel like with how she ended up doing the season and how it ended up for her, I wouldn't even have come to the reunion because there's no reason. But if there's a check involved, I get it. Emma looked really, really cute. It's just that it's too bad that it didn't last very long because she ended up leaving in there with a pixie cut with braids out the middle. Summer walk up was so loud. The audio was muted, but you could hear her walk up. All you could hear is "Run me that" when she got out the car. Like you hear her walking out that car. Like you could just see it. Next, we have Nunu. Nunu looked like she was attending the Baddies Gala. It like giving like Jessica Rabbit runnings. She looked really, really good. Okay. You could tell she didn't go there to really fight at all. Jasmine had like an orange coat and cheetah print underneath it. The bitch looked like she just came off the set off of Baps, the remake. She didn't tell y'all, but she's a part of it by the looks of it. Next, we have Lex. Lex looked like she just stepped off of a Disney set where she betrayed her parents' wishes and tried to become a boxer and dropped out of school. But Dad, I want to be a boxer. It was given a little bit of that. Okay. Next, we have Pretty B. Pretty B looks so cute. She looked really, really good. Okay. Dolly gets out of there listening to music. She just come out of there like on the phone, blasting music or on the phone with somebody. It looked loud. And then also, she did not have anything of, glamour on because, of course, she came there and she already knows she had to fight like the biggest eater, Tiki. So I wasn't surprised that she was wearing like gym clothes. Tinka was dressed for a baby shower. Okay? That you couldn't tell me she wasn't going to a baby shower. Ivory, I appreciate you trying to, be femme and cute up, but it looked like she was going to a Mean Girls prom. The dress, I feel like could have fit her a little bit better. Just my opinion. Next, we have Jaden. No comment. Next, we have Biggie. Biggie looked like she was enrolled in a Dominicana private school with that schoolgirl outfit that she had on. And then Slim's walk up to me was one of the most cut walk ups. Like that black hair, I think it was black hair, whatever hair color was, like her walk up really ate the most to me. One of the walk ups that ate the most to me because it was simple and she looked bad. Like she looked badass. Okay. Mel's walk up, no shade. Mel was never planning to stay at that reunion. Mel looked like she rushed in there. She was like, She was speed walking through the security clearance. She probably had a Glock up in there, so some bear maze. That girl did not plan on staying there long. I don't know why I thought that. She finessed the hell out of Zeus. I don't care what nobody says. Jayla looked amazing. I'm not a big fan of like the long blonde hair over her finger waves. I actually prefer her with the finger waves over the long hair. With the long hair, she just looks so regular and basic. The finger waves makes her look so like unique. Y'all get what I'm saying? So it's like I prefer her with the finger waves. I'm not gonna lie, with the blonde finger waves. I really do. Next, we have DTV. She comes in with a custom boxers outfit. No shade, Alexis wasn't customizable. You just put the gloves over the tatas. You know what I'm saying? But DTB's was, customizable. The only thing though, DTB, how did you earn the belt? Because you have yet to knock out a bitch on Zeus. So where did you earn that belt? Did you steal it from Tiki? Because I heard belts are for knockouts. Last time I checked. Next, we have Tiki. No comment. Next, we have Rolly. Rolly comes in with a perm toupee, okay, that you see back in the days. Dark and lovely. It was given a little bit of that, okay? I lived for it. It was chic. It was simple. It's nothing that you could grab on during a squabble. One thing about that Rolly, she's always going to think 6 steps ahead. She knew to wear this just as she knew to wear that 27 piece because the girlies wouldn't be able to grab her by her hair. Okay. And this toupee, it was even more effective because apparently it was detachable because some of the girls was, wearing some of the pieces of the toupee in the hair throughout the reunion. So shout out to Rolly for always thinking 50 steps ahead. Okay. It looked cute on her though, not to be funny. Next, we have Anna. Anna looked like the evil principal at the school that Biggie goes to. With that little swirl at the top, it was given very much Lazy Town. Like the whole time Anna was walking up, all I kept thinking was this, like, damn, the bitch is finna come there to the Baddies town and, come through with a mission and she finna break it down. Just like that. You know what I'm saying? It was given a little bit of that. Not gonna lie. Okay. Next, we have Scotty. Scotty comes out of the car with Capri. Please leave that baby at home. He been through enough. Okay, Scotty? Just leave him alone. I know you don't got Darian or him to babysit no more, but you could at least call somebody and find somebody or leave him with your fam. But leave the dog alone. That's all we ask for you, Scotty, okay? Bobby comes out there. Bobby always looks like he's going to be featured in like the next Matrix movie. But this outfit actually I'm usually not a big fan of a lot of stuff he wears, but this actually I really liked it. It was very chic. Okay. And of course it was probably damn near expensive as hell, name brand, and probably Balenciaga down. I think it was Balenciaga if I'm not mistaken. Now Santana, what he wore was very similar to what he wore to the Caribbean reunion. I don't know why he would pick one, the same color, and two, the same sort of dress style, because this dress also had a slit thigh moment, because he loves a good slit thigh. So why he would pick that, I don't know. But Santana, what Kelly Price said, there's people in your life that's working against you. Because for them to not tell you to rub that body oil in, that was sabotage. Okay? That body oil was just sitting on Santana's meaty arm like you put a damn freaking seasoning on a turkey. You know when you glaze a turkey and it's just sitting there? That damn body oil was just sitting there. I was like, oh my God. So Rolly, Emma, Lex, not Emma, Rolly, I'm tripping. Rolly, Lex, Summer, and then also Dolly are in one room. Dolly, Summer, and Lex are in there first, and then Rolly joins in afterwards, right? So first, Rolly immediately apologizes to Summer. Why? I don't know, because I've seen clips on the blogs Baddies Africa, and it seems like Rolly is still checking Summer. Like she's not here for Summer. She feels like Summer is probably still childish and talks out of turn, and does what Summer does. Rolly also has this new dog, and in the episode, she mentioned Summer said, "Oh yeah, that means she gonna fight Capri." Listen, we gonna stop putting abuse on these pups, okay? Leave Capri alone. And y'all know I used to tell Chocolate to fade Capri, but it's like Capri got too much that she dealing with. So Chocolate gonna have to shoot the fade with Capri friend. So Chocolate not on that no more. Summer also like tells Rolly like, I'm sorry too. Like I appreciate the fact that you was one of the few baddies that kind of took me under your wing and kind of fixed me up. Because basically, Summer has said this in an interview. Like she literally came to Baddies Midwest with nothing. Like no luggage, not a lot of luggage, not a lot of clothes in the luggage. So it's like a lot of the girls had to kind of help her out. And Rolly was one of those people. So Pretty P and Jazz end up meeting up with Ivory, and basically they start talking about how they're all up for whatever. Pretty P, by the way, I'm telling y'all, she looked really good this reunion. Okay, Ivory, why you had to clock her teeth talking about she wearing I think not a girdle, but she was wearing like a whatchamacallit, like a waist cincher thing, whatever. She still look good. Okay, Pretty P looked one of the best out of the night to me. Okay. So the OGs, Tiki, Anna, Scotty, and Biggie are in one room, and Biggie is sort of like questioning Scotty. You could tell Biggie. Here's the thing with Biggie and Scotty. I feel like they low-key don't like each other, but they're kind of like they're forced to be cool because of the people that they be around. But you could tell Scotty and Biggie like they low-key get on each other's nerves and they low-key don't like each other. So Biggie's is like, so Scotty, you've been talking a lot online. So like, what you gonna do? And Scotty's just like, well, I finished stuff. I don't start it. And I'm like, not really, Scotty. Because there's been some stuff that Scotty has started online, but she'll throw the rock and hide her hands, like some of the times. But she's out of all of the baddies, she does do a lot of the online stuff less than most of them. Like a lot of the girls are always arguing online, like the Anna and stuff like that. Scotty, you don't really catch her online because she's usually occupied. So then Biggie Preston was just like, so like, I know you got beef with Rolly. So like, why didn't you say something when you was there? Like, don't for the Slim situation, why didn't you say something when you was right then and there, right? So her excuse was she didn't know that Slim was getting bullied by Jazz, Summer, and Emma. She didn't know that they were ganging up on Slim until she saw it. Here's my whole thing. That still, though, Scotty, does not excuse you from inserting yourself when you literally did not have to insert yourself. So that is all of your doing. That's your fault. Nobody told you to insert yourself between Rolly and Slim. They already have their beef going on, and you put yourself in it, which Rolly said you wanted to be in the scene. You didn't have to be in that scene. You didn't have to do anything with it. But you put yourself in there, so it's like, what did you really expect? And my whole thing is, I wouldn't say they were bullying Slim. If anything, it was Summer. What I didn't like though was Emma and Jazz coming downstairs when they was, pressing Slim about being an assistant situation. I didn't like that. Okay. I do agree with what Anna said though, because Slim did agree to be Rolly's like helper. And Anna, chill with the slave word. We just had Greg last season. Okay. We strain away from words like slave, nigga, my nigga, Negro, colored. And next season, we're not saying sister. Like, it's just some words we're just going to try to stay away from because the baddies just don't know how to act. So then we get to the other room. We have Jayla, we have Nunu, we have Tinka, we have DTB, and then we have Jaden. Okay, this is one of my favorite rooms because T's got clocked. Shout out to Nunu. This is why Nunu is so important. Because Nunu was just like, so like, I was looking at my phone the other day and like I looked online and then I see y'all in New York arguing with Natalie. Like y'all was around Natalie and y'all was arguing. So like, what's up with that? And like, what's up with the turkey? We based in turkeys. What's up with the turkey? Okay, so she's sort of trying to egg the situation between Jayla and Tika, trying to ask them what happened. So then they play the clip that happened in New York. Y'all, Baddies has been so long. When I seen that clip pop up, I literally forgot that happened until they showed it. That's how long this season was. I was like, oh my God, that did happen. Mind you, this didn't happen on the show. This happened while Baddies Midwest was airing. So this was like 3 months ago, if we're going to be a buck. Like, this was a long time ago, but that's how much I don't remember it until I seen it. I forgot them to even have beef. That's how long ago it was. So after they played the kids, Tinker was just like, so like, how would you say that Akbar had your back? What times have Akbar rolled for you? I'm gonna give you 1, I'm gonna give you 2, I'm gonna give you 3, and you disappointed me. Okay, she did one of those. So then Jayla was just like, well, how many times that you really have my back like that? Because at the end of the day, I'm a true friend and I'm a loyal friend, right? And then she should. So Tinker said, oh yeah, so she's supposed to be your friend. She should have rolled for you. She should have been on that. Anytime that you swung, she should have swung too, because that's what a real friend do. She would have been on that. Jayla was just like, oh yeah, she should have been on that, just how you and Meatball was riding each other. Some of my entertainers think that they meant that they was kitty clucking. I watched it over. I don't think she meant that. I think she meant that they was coming in their bestie boos and they fell out after the season or during the season at that. That's what she was trying to insinuate. Like, you know, just how you and Meatball came in best friends and it didn't last, right? I know that embarrassed the hell out of Tinker because she had really much to say after that. Because she's just like, yeah, but we grew up together. Which I'm like, Tinker, that don't help the point. That makes it worse. Y'all shouldn't have fell out like that because y'all grew up together. That don't help nothing. I guess she was trying to say because they grew up together, that's why they felt so emotional in the fallout. But y'all still shouldn't have fell out the way that y'all did because y'all treated each other like some strangers on the street. Tinker like, yeah, that bitch should have stuck up for you. That's what she should have did. Yeah, that's what she should have did. Okay, so then Jayla's just like, okay, I'm gonna apologize or whatever. Mind you, Tinker's still calling her a turkey. She like, you been a turkey? Thanksgiving coming up, you getting basted like a turkey. Okay, so she's just like, you know, I want to apologize for if you felt like I've offended you and etc. Tinker's just like, so why didn't you been apologize? Why are you apologizing now, Jayla? Jayla turns it into a monologue. Okay, y'all know how Jayla do. Huh? What you mean? I could have apologized, but when I wanted to apologize, the reason when I wanted to apologize, I could have even apologized. When was I going to apologize? What are you talking about, Tinker? I got tears in my eyes right now. My lace is peeling back. What are you talking about? Huh? Jayla, I did not see not one tear come out of my eyes. Stop the cap. Literally. It's on your head. Okay? The wig cap. Because this was like, I didn't think that you were that emotional about it. I just feel like Jayla don't like getting pressed on camera. Nobody would anyways. But I just don't think her friendship with Tinker means that much to her as Tinker thinks that it means to her. Because at the end of the day, Jayla knows Akbar longer than she's known Tinker. Her and Akbar go way back. So it's like, why would you expect her to be loyal and so cuckoo caca with you when it's like she's just now getting to really know you for this season and everything? So it's like this 2 seasons. And at the end of the day, y'all really are co-workers if we're gonna keep it a buck. So Tinka, you expecting a little bit too much, just how you was expecting a little bit too much from Meatball when that bitch was not your friend. That bitch not your friend. She wasn't even happy to see you get a chain. That shit was a tennis chain at that. You would have thought they gave you a Cuban link, girl. Like, you need to reevaluate how you treat friendships, Tinka. And it's something that you should learn from this show. So we get to Emma fighting Dolly and Summer. Here's the thing. Watching this, I thought Emma got set up. Now that I've seen it, on a final note, she did not get set up. Emma, you stupid as hell. Let me tell you why. If you go back to that scene, she enters the room with Yoshi and she says, come on, Dolly. She claps her hands. It's very quiet, but you could hear it. She says, come on, Dolly, and claps her hand. I guess she thought she was just going to be fighting Dolly. Girl, you know how Summer is nothing but a gutter rat. You didn't think she was going to hop on you? Summer got up before Dolly got up. But I will say, if the security and Dolly did not hop in that fight and get Emma, Emma would have tore Summer out the frame. She would have tore her into a new season. I'm telling y'all. She's lucky Dolly was in that room. Because it would have ended really bad for Summer. Because Emma was about to work hard. Okay? But Emma, you ended up getting worked by Dolly. I mean, she said beat. She was hitting you with the uppercuts. I said, oh my God. That's why your nose started a leaking, girl. She was hitting you with them nasty uppercuts. Okay? I will say though, I didn't like the fact that Summer hopped back into the fight after already getting separated from the fight. That's when it became a jumping situation. That to me was a little bit weak because you knew that you couldn't beat her on her own. That's why you had to hop into her and Dolly fighting her. Like Dolly said, she didn't need Emma to get jumped. It's not like she needed Summer's help because she whooped Dolly. She whooped Emma. Dolly didn't need Summer, but Summer's so reckless and doesn't give a crap. She gonna just do what she want. Lex was trying to break it up. I will give her that. I will give her that. Some people are sort of mad and irritated with her, but if you watch the scene back, I gotta watch the scene back. Don't watch it one time. Watch the scene back. And Lex was pulling Summer. She was trying to pull her apart. Okay, so if Dolly and Summer get jumped, I'm not gonna feel bad for them. So Janisha and Santana end up meeting up. Not too much important, to be honest. We know how that go. They just start kikiing about what they should expect in this and that. Santana, take them piercings out your face. When did you become an emo girl? Let me stop. Let me find out you've been hanging around with that little ooze because them piercings threw me off. Did Santana always have them piercings? Because it's like, I don't like it. It makes him look like, ugh. So Natalie goes to see Mel. Okay, Mel looks like she's like on the other side of the damn lot, cooped up somewhere in the trailer. Okay, so she goes and see Mel. Mel already puts her mouth guard in ready because she thinks that Natalie is coming with her crew, like with Ivory or something. So Mel was already paranoid. For y'all that don't watch Not As TV, Mel is already a paranoid type of bitch. She do shrooms. She did a shroom at one point, and she's the type that tweaks. I'm talking about crash out times 50. Y'all think Ivory is bad? She's like 30 times a crash out. So that's why when Natalie came in there, she put that mouth guard in because she thought that it was already time to, get it popping. Because she's so used to like being on edge with people coming for her and stuff like that, right? So Natalie's just like, what happened? Like, just explain to me, like, what's going on, okay? Natalie is over there looking like, a GTA stripper. Her tatas are out. She has like 9-inch heel boots, okay? High boots. I'm talking about like thigh-high boots, okay? Red, right? It's giving red light district. Like, she looked like she was going out on the town, a high expensive whore. Okay, she's talking to Mel, and you could tell Mel is thinking things, but is not saying them. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I could tell Mel wanted to roast her. Mel was just like, I'm outnumbered. I don't know what's going on. Like, I have to fight this girl, that girl. It's too many girls, Natalie. It's so many girls I have to fight. Like, this is crazy. All these girls I got beef with. My whole thing is with Mel. Don't act like you didn't know what was going on online. Don't get me wrong, she was responding back to the girl shading her, but don't act like you don't know where all this stuff is coming from. Do I feel like they would have jumped her? Yes. I feel like not Lex. I feel like Summer, Anna would have ended up jumping her. That's how I feel. Summer, Anna probably would have teamed up and jumped her. I'm not gonna lie. That's just how I feel. And I think Tiki would have beat her up. I done told y'all that. I predicted it before. I feel like that's one of the main reasons she wouldn't go out there. I don't blame her though, because one thing about me, I'm gonna get my check. I'm gonna get my payment. Najee, I'm gonna get my payment. So I think she wanted her check. That's why she showed up. But like I said, when her intro outfit, sister girl wanted to go before she even got there. It's no shade. She didn't want to stay there. She did not want to stay there. Okay? You could just tell. Okay? So Mel is escorted off the trailer, and Natalie is so funny. She's just like, well, she don't want to fight. Like, it is what it is. Like, she doesn't want to do her big one, doing your big one, right? So then Mel is just like, don't make it seem like that. Don't make it seem like that. You feel me? Don't make it seem like I don't want to fight. That's crazy. Don't make it seem like that. Next thing you know, we got Big Ivory is standing outside like Debo. She like this. Mind you, she's with this finance security guard. When we get this security guard from? I was like, oh, now let me find out y'all phasing out the big Samoan niggas. Because the one with the shades, you hear me? I was like, oh, okay. So she's standing outside. She's just like, what's up, Mel? You want a pimple? You gonna pop it? She starts quoting Mel's lyrics. She's like, what's up? What's up? Ivory did a live where she basically said, had Mel came on stage, she would have respected her like a lot more because she was like, whether she lost or won, the fact that she still got out there, she would have respected her. I low-key feel like had she went on stage and fought Ivory and all that, they would have ended up making up. I'm telling you, something about that live tells me that like she would have gained so much respect for her that she would have probably apologized for the piss situation and they would have gotten over it. Something about that live, I'm telling y'all. I'm just saying. They start going back and forth. Natalie standing by Ivory at one point. She's just like, well, like you told me you wanted to like handle it. Like you said you wanted your issue with Ivory. Basically, Natalie's like popping it. And I'm like, y'all about to send Mel over the edge and she gonna turn into a crash out and start chasing you up the street, Natalie. And with them thigh-high boots, I don't think you want that because you would have been it would have been just so funny had Mel tried to fight Natalie with them thigh-high boots. Natalie would have tipped over in the boots. It would have been over for her. So Mel ended up leaving. I don't think we're ever gonna see Mel probably on Zeus ever again. I feel like that was the end of Mel for Zeus. It's just sad because it was such like a good hype up to have her on Zeus, and the fact that it didn't land kind of sucked. And I feel like it's the way they brought her in, to be honest. Not the fact that she ended up on his season, it's the way that they brought her in. Had they actually brought her in maybe a little earlier and get to know some of the girls, it'll probably build some storylines. She would have maybe made some alliances. I just feel like it could have been done a little bit better. So that's it for Mel, y'all. So then Natalie goes out to do her performance, okay? She has butterflies on her tatas. They show the audience. We see my homegirl, shout out to Gigi. She goes out here and does posts for me. This is to me very much Natalie, Jocelyn coded. You got to give Jocelyn her flowers too, Natalie, because nobody was doing performances during the reunion until she did them. And I'm talking about she did them early, not the ones she recently just did her reunion. I'm talking about she been doing little performances. So you got to give Natalie her flowers. At the end of the day, I mean, you got to give Jocelyn her flowers. At the end of the day, you take a lot of inspiration from her, Natalie. And you just got to admit that. Okay. Bobby comes out. Like I said, he looks amazing. He introduces Janisha. Janisha is wearing this scandally cloud outfit. Okay. It's crystallized. Okay. When trade crystallize me because and got me like a fish because he didn't like the session. Like she looks so good. Janisha looked amazing. Like I really liked it. Although it was very small, it didn't like cover a lot. It looked just amazing. Okay. Her body is just to die for. So to me, it was a 10. I love the hair also with it. Okay. So she does her introduction and then she ends up bringing out Santana. So Santana's laying all the ground rules. He said size don't matter in the streets and on the Baddies stage today. He names all the squabbles he wants to see. He wants to see Tiki versus Dolly. He wants to see Tiki versus Lex. Basically naming all the squabbles that he wants to see tonight, right? So then they start bringing out the Baddies cast, right? Mind you, the audience, like I told y'all when I recapped the audio, the audience is hype, like too hype, way too hype. I'm talking about like half of them wanted to get on Baddies next season. They wanted to be on Africa. They wanted to squabble. So then they introduced Natalie. Natalie's so giddy and so happy to be there, not knowing damn well what's to come. Okay, a pop from DTV. So I just found it to be a little funny that she was so hyper and hypey to be there, talking about she got her shoes on and she ready. What happened to that, Natalie? I thought you had your shoes on, bitch. You ain't had it on the fight. You had them little sparkly shoes to show off your name brand. Your designer. So they bring out Natalie, and then they bring out Scotty. Trust me, I low-key don't even want to recap the actual reunion of it, except for the fights, because it's already in a video on the audio part. It's literally the same thing. They bring out Scotty. Scotty looks really good. I will say that. I really like her outfit. I hate her hair. She looked like a rat, face up. I'm sorry to say this, but Scotty, you need a new hairstylist. Sorry to whoever her hairstylist is. I really apologize. But you need a new hairstylist. I'm sorry. You need a new hairstylist. It's just like, no. It's like ridiculous. Because the outfits be tea sometimes, but then it be the hair. It's just like, it's off most of the time. And that's a problem. And that's just how I feel, y'all. I'm sorry. Tiki comes out, she does her eating hand gesture. And then we finally bring out DTB. So DTB comes out with her wrestling bedazzled suit. DTB's makeup 8. Whoever her makeup artist is, keep that makeup artist, because she 8 down. Whoever it is, he, she. So she goes to Natalie first out of the baddies, gives her a hug, and pops Natalie. Okay. It didn't seem like a hard slap, but it shocked Tiki and Scotty so bad that they just sat back with their mouths cocked open, okay? Like a hot dog was waiting to get thrown up in the air. They didn't know what to do. I think DTB backed up because she didn't want them to jump on her. I think that's exactly why she backed up. And that wig pull into the wave cap, bitch, I thought I was watching RuPaul's Drag Race. That was effortless. It was cute. It was cunt. You deserve all 10s. Okay, I'm just saying. Like that was cunt. So DTB starts to back up. Next thing you know, Natalie gets in the corner. I see what they were trying to do with the editing. They were trying to make it look like Natalie ate up DTB. No, she did not. DTB kept bopping her upside her head like she was a damn ping pong. Like she was in a ping pong match. Just beat, 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 beat. Natalie was getting little hits in here and there, don't get me wrong. But DTB won that fight against the wall. So Natalie, where did you beat her up and tear her out the frame? I still am waiting to see it. Girl, bye. I'm sorry, I don't feel bad for Natalie. Let me tell y'all why. I remember that blog post and that live vividly. Natalie did a lot. You did not even have to go live and address DTB. This is why, like, her dislike for DTB is strange to me, because you go out of your way to mention or talk about her when she does not even talk about you most of the time, if y'all not into it. So the fact that you took time out of your day when you were in Brazil, bitch, you wasn't even in the US. Girl, why are you caring about anything going on in the US? And you're in Brazil. Let me be out the country. You think I'm gonna give a fuck about a bitch? You're crazy. I'm gonna be sipping a Mai Tai with my ass up. Like, what are you doing? And you took time out of your day while you're filming another show to cuss out DTB and what she's doing online. You felt that she was that important enough to you for you to do that. That to me is next level weird. And that's why I don't feel bad for Natalie. You deserve what you got. Okay? I don't care that she didn't tell Natalie to stand up and square up. You deserved it. Because that to me is weird. You literally took time out of your day to address something that had nothing to do with you. When did you start caring so much about Anna? Not even that. Now you and Anna are into it every 2 seconds. So DTB, they take her off stage or whatever, and then Natalie and DTB end up meeting backstage. It looked like a scene out of a straight WWE backstage film. By the way, Natalie was looking like this. When she was performing, that's Natalie. That's Natalie. Anyways, so they're backstage or whatever. She's just like, so you thought that was cool for what you did, going on live? You have my number, you have my DM. Why did you go on live? And she was like, cause I could or whatever. And then she was like, yeah, so this is what you get. This is the consequences you get. You're cast, right? Natalie says, yes. This is your problem, Natalie. That was the wrong answer. You are not cast. This is your show. That's Natalie's problem. She too busy trying to be a cast member and one of the bad girls and baddies, knowing you're supposed to be above them. You're supposed to be over them, not with them. Shawnee's not a basketball wife. She owns the show. You get what I'm saying? Like there's levels. She's not gonna be fighting with Evelyn and Jennifer. She's gonna be asking them why they're fighting. Like Natalie needs to really realize that, and that's what will change things for her. So they end up bringing out Jayla. Jayla does her whole little moment. She does her walkout, trying to give us Bad Girls Club realness. She turns around, starts flipping her hair. Rolly comes out, and they give her like a boo. I'm talking about a boo. Okay, some of the audience members get up. They start putting thumbs down at her and everything like that. Rolly looked good. I know she had a waist trainer on, but like today was one of the first shows where I seen like the big difference in her weight loss. Like that was one of the first times Zeus appearance wise where like you saw the big difference in her weight loss. Okay. So I don't know if she's been in the gym or that waist cincher was that tight where it had her pulled in, but I saw the big difference. I'm not gonna lie, because Rolly used to be big. She's still big now, don't get me wrong, but like she used to be a lot bigger. Okay. Natalie comes back on stage, you guys, and it's mum's the word. Most of the reunion, y'all, she was very quiet after the DTB situation. So they asked Natalie what she thinks happened with the DTB thing. Let me tell y'all something. Natalie just told on herself because she said, "Oh, DTB wants to take my spot." When did DTB say she want to be CEO until Africa? I'll wait. It was very obvious that she was jealous of the fact that she feels like DTB's, level of clout is big and that the fans love her. Okay. So Rolly and Jayla start hashing out their issues. Rolly brings up the fact that she saw a text from Natalie about her and Tinka on Natalie's phone. Like I mentioned in the audio video, and how she felt hurt by that. I don't know why Rolly tries to do this friendship thing with Jayla, because I don't think they'll ever like each other. Some people are just not meant to be friends, and those are those two type of people. Rolly is not Jayla's type of bitch. Jayla is not Rolly's type of bitch, and that's just the conclusion of that. That's just how I feel. When it comes to Rolly and Scotty, I'm on Rolly's side, and the reason why is because Scotty tries so hard to. She's like a people pleaser. She wants to please the audience, so she put that online talking about I should have held Rolly back so you could run. Bitch, who at your right mind you hold him back? Rolly would have flipped you over like you was a damn a thumbtack trying to hold her back from beating up Slim. You're crazy. It just was so performative to me to try to get us to like you as a cast member by bashing her, not bashing her, but trying to act like she was so wrong for what she did. And you didn't even apologize to Slim. You apologized to us as fans, which why you need to apologize to us, I don't know. Cause like what we're gonna say as in the comments, we forgive you, Scotty. No. You shouldn't have apologized. Better yet, you shouldn't have not been in the scene and you would have avoided all of this. But this is why getting hungry for camera time you over, because you end up in situations like that. Okay, so that's why I took Rolly's side in this situation, because I felt like that was very fake of Scotty, and I do feel like Rolly defends Scotty behind her back, and I'm glad that Scotty did apologize, because you needed to, because you was that ass wrong for doing something like that. That was just fake and it was weird. Okay, and the whole I have your address thing. I told you that was gonna be funny. That bitch said, "Who you gonna send to my house, Capri?" So then they bring out Anna, and then they bring out Biggie. They start talking about, you know, the summer of it all, and then next thing you know, we get Tinka. Tinka does her pregnancy reveal. Now I see what you was trying to do, Tinka, with that little veil moment. That was real cunt, but too bad the veil broke off before you could get on stage, because that look would have ate with the veil. She reveals she's pregnant. Most of the cast is really shocked, because I don't think she told any of them beforehand. I guess she was probably carrying around a pillow around her stomach and acting as if she's cold or something like that. Because a lot of the cast members, like Natalie, Scotty, like they had their mouths open, so they were like gagged. So she reveals that she's 4 months pregnant and that she's having a girl, like I said before in the audio. She looked really good, and they end up bringing out DTB. Mind you, Tinka tells Natalie that she the godmom. Child, you better hope nothing don't happen to you, because Natalie, ain't finna take no child. Natalie be too busy, girl. Like, she travel around the world. Yeah. I can't find my baby. What makes you think she finna take a child? Like, come on now. They end up bringing out DTB, and then she ends up squaring up with Rolly. For that first round, it looks like DTB got you, Rolly. But from what I heard, them other rounds did not go well for DTB. Okay? Let me know what y'all think down below about this episode. And we're out, babies.
No personal thing.